Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. I hope you're all doing super well today when you're watching this video. I'm coming on live to do this weekly Friday teaching. So if this is your first time tuning into one of my videos and you don't yet know who I am, my name is Stef. I'm a psychic soul alignment coach, and what I do is I help spiritual entrepreneurs to create their highest level of success, influence, impact, and income through greater soul alignment. So I basically help people do very deep levels of healing so that they're able to have a more powerful connection to their souls, to their higher selves. And from this space, they're able to create magic. So when I tuned into my spirit guides to ask them what teaching I needed to bring forward today, and I actually channeled this a month ago, but the topic for today's video is all around how embodying your higher self helps you to create a successful spiritual business and make your impact as a spiritual entrepreneur. You don't necessarily have to be a spiritual entrepreneur to watch my videos to benefit from them. But if you believe in spirituality, then you can just take this information and take it as it applies to you, or take the bits that resonate with you and help you on your journey. So before I get into this, though, if you enjoy this video, once you watch it and you want to stay in touch with me, be sure to go to the links in the description of this video to follow me and connect with me on my different social medias. I'm on Instagram and Facebook, and I have an amazing Facebook community. So the links to that are in the description of this video. So let's get into this video, okay? When I started channeling the information for this particular video, my guides said, we want to give you a new definition of the higher self, okay? And I talk about this all the time in a lot of my different videos. I even have a playlist here on my channel, and it's titled something like Connecting with Your Higher Self or something like that. So I will put it up in the cards when I can, so that you can go click on that, or you can look for it on my channel. But what they said in regards to the higher self is it's the embodiment of your divinity. It's the version of you specifically that is spread across many timelines, worlds, experiences, and has access to all of these perspectives, and has the wealth of knowledge and wisdom, which all of these individual parts of you possesses, while still being connected to the infinite source of love, truth, and wisdom and abundance simultaneously. So just imagine, like, if you've ever had like a babushka doll. You know those little Russian dolls that have like the little tiny dolls inside of them? So your higher self is like that doll on the outside. It's the big doll. But within the big doll are all these tiny little dolls, right? And all of these little tiny dolls, just imagine them as, you know, different versions of yourself on different planets, different dimensions, you know, different times. And they're having all these different separate lives. But all of that comes into that big doll. And that big doll, that higher self version of you, has access to the information, the knowledge, the wisdom, the experiences from all of these different versions of yourself. And that higher self version of yourself is able to connect with, you know, if you want to kind of have a more like metaphorical imagery type of thing in your head to get it, it's like that part of you that's like between source and these other physical worlds or other lives, right? It's like that middle point that is able to still access simultaneously the truth of all that is, the unconditional love and abundance and goodness and acceptance and all that stuff of all that is, the wisdom, but it's still able to access all the different things from all of these particular lives at the same time. And it's able to have the vantage point of all of this. Does that make sense? Let me know if it makes sense in the comments below. Let me know how this definition resonated with you today. But that's basically who your higher self is. It's the embodiment of your divinity, this version of you that is connected to source, but still is able to access all of the knowledge and wisdom of the different versions of you that exist across all time, space, and dimensions. Now, the reason that it's important for spiritual entrepreneurs who want to create highly successful spiritual businesses that are deeply impactful, okay, and reach the masses is for the following reasons. Okay, these are reasons that they wanted me to share with you guys specifically for today. So number one is as you connect with your higher self and you embody more of your higher self, you will be able to serve to a much higher degree. You will be able to serve in a way in which is driven by soul, by your higher self, as opposed to your ego. Okay, and this is because your higher self has integrated all of the experiences from the many lifetimes, and is able to not just draw upon these experiences and the wisdom connected to them to be able to support your clients or to be able to do the things that you're doing here, your audience and so on, but is also able to see the bigger picture of the things that are going on. And so as a result, you're going to be able to see this bigger picture, which allows you to express a much higher level of love, a much higher level of compassion, of empathy for your clients or your audience or the groups that you support, so that you can support them to the higher degree on their journeys, and your ego won't be triggered. So let me kind of break that down a bit more, right? A lot of the people that come and work with me are healers, are psychics, are energy workers. And because I'm a healer, I do attract a lot of healers now, and coaches as well. Okay, coaches are in a sense a form of healer. And so what often happens is that those of us who are helping people to reach their potential, those of us who are helping people to transmute their darkness, their trauma, their pain, their limitations, or whatever, quite often when we still have so much ego inside of us because we haven't done those deeper levels of healing work, when we're working with people, even though we want the best for them, our ego will sometimes get triggered if we still need to do deeper healing work. And we will sometimes get frustrated with our clients, or we will judge their progress, or we will judge them. And this stuff just comes forward. And sometimes it can lead to us unintentionally snapping, and maybe not saying the nicest things to our clients in that moment, right? And so when you are connected more deeply to your higher self, you've released a lot of that ego. You're more connected to who you truly are. And because you're more connected to who you truly are, those things won't be triggered. So your client may be taking their sweet time, moving through things or releasing things or whatever it is. But the ego inside of you isn't going to get triggered with that. The ego inside of you is not going to be frustrated, wondering like, why can't they just move faster? Why don't they just get it? Why can't they just like move forward and do this thing already? I need them to do this. Like that ego part of you won't get triggered because you're going to be embodying more of who you truly are. And you're just going to be able to hold space for them and just allow them to go through their process in the way in which they want to, at the rate at which they want to, or whatever's going on with them. And so you're able to help them in this greater way because your ego is not triggering you and it's not causing you to react in this negative manner, right? So that is how it relates to in this sense. Also, what they said is that, you're able to integrate all the experiences. So when you're more connected to who you truly are, to your higher self, and you're able to draw upon the wisdom and the experiences of all of these different lifetimes that you have, in a sense, you kind of channel. A lot of times this is happening now a lot more often because people are opening up more to their psychic abilities now that we're, expanding on this level of the spiritual level more powerfully. A lot of people are awakening now, and it's really interesting to see all of that unfold. Are you excited about that? Because I'm really excited to see all of the non-spiritual people start coming onto the spiritual path. That's really interesting. But what happens is that when you're speaking to your clients and you're supporting them, especially if you're in some kind of form of like a counselor, coach, a healer, psychic maybe, when you're working with these people and you're more connected to who you truly are, you're able to quite oftentimes access the information, the knowledge, the wisdom from your higher self that is seeing you across all lifetimes and can give you that wisdom to draw upon, even though maybe you don't have that direct experience yourself, to be able to give it to your client to help them with whatever's going on with them. So you're able to kind of channel that, access that to serve to a higher degree. So you may not directly know the answers, but the answers will come to you because you're more connected to your higher self, who has, so much knowledge and wisdom to relay to you to then give to your clients. Does that make sense? So this is how you're able to serve on a higher level, because you're able to hold greater space for them, to still love them and support them on their journey so they can keep moving forward through it. And you're able to access wisdom that will actually truly help them in that moment, wisdom that you might not directly have on your own, but you're able to access because you're connected to more of who you truly are. And so you're going to help them in this way. Okay. Hope that made sense. Number 2 is when you're more connected to who you truly are, when you're embodying more of your higher self, this helps you to access information that you need for teachings that you're going to bring forward, courses, programs, because your higher self knows what is needed the most and what will be most beneficial for people that you're serving or institutions that you're helping or whatever it is at this time. Okay. And so this means that because you're more connected to who you truly are and you're able to access that wisdom, you're in sync with your higher self, you can then bring forward those things that will make the most difference, that will have the deepest level of impact, that will also give you the greatest level of success as well. And this is why a lot of times, if you've ever noticed by following people on YouTube or other spaces, quite oftentimes when you tune into a YouTuber, for example, that speaks on spirituality, and you happen to get on YouTube and then all of a sudden they just uploaded a video and that video happened to be like the message that you needed, right? That is because that person is quite often tapping into their higher self, and they're able to know what to speak on that day, what to bring forward that day that happens to be, in this kind of synchronicity with what you need in that moment, or what the masses or their audience needs in that moment, right? And that information that comes in that moment is then more helpful to all of those who need it in that moment, and it makes this impact. Does that make sense? So this is why, my programs that I do, I have coaching programs, and I don't have a specific schedule for when I release them. I talk all the time about how spiritual entrepreneurs are different from regular entrepreneurs, because regular entrepreneurs quite often have an idea of what they're supposed to release when, and they have a specific strategy that's governed a lot of times by the mind on what their success or the path to success needs to look like for them to grow their businesses, where spiritual entrepreneurs are totally different. And I, for example, I work with my guides directly, and they tell me what to release when, because it's in alignment with the energy at that time, because it's the most supportive of people at the time. So right now I'm doing my Soul Aligned Impact program, which is for spiritual entrepreneurs who want to get powerfully soul aligned and just radically change their lives and create massive success in less than 3 months. Like, they really want to start moving forward. And so that program is what I was asked to bring forward at this time, because that's what the energy is bringing forward right now, and what people need most at this time, people who are really ready to step into their purposes and need to do the deep levels of inner work necessary to be able to do that. And that's what, I was asked to bring forward. Towards the end of June, in July, I'm going to be bringing forward another program called Remembering Who You Are. And this is a very deeply personal development and healing program. And the energy at that time is going to be very deeply supportive of healing and going within and connecting back to who we truly are. And that's why that program is going to be brought forward at that time, right? Because that's what people are going to need at that time to navigate all the crap that's going to show up in those months. So this is what I mean about, when we are embodying more of our higher selves, more of who we truly are, we bring forward the information, the teachings, the courses, the programs that need to be brought forward at this time, so we can have the greatest level of impact in people's lives, so that we can really support people in the way in which they really need it in that time, that will help them to have the greatest level of healing, of transformation, of manifestation, whatever it is that they're looking for. But also because when we allow ourselves to embody more of our higher selves, and we connect with that inner wisdom that is guiding us to exactly what we need to bring forward at what times, that also allows for a greatest level of success, because again, the energy is supporting that. The energy is supporting whatever we're choosing or we're being asked to bring forward in that moment. And so I know that because, the upcoming months are going to have lots of stuff coming up around healing and the energy supporting that healing, and I'm bringing forward Remembering Who You Are, that program is going to be very successful at that time, because people are going to be looking for that. They're going to want support with that. They're going to want to step into that. So does that make sense? This is how you're able to create a successful spiritual business and create your impact, when you are embodying more of your higher self. Okay. The last thing that they wanted me to speak to you guys today on this is that when you embody your higher self, then you're accessing your true power to create and magnetize your audience and the opportunities that will help you to create your impact. Okay. Now, this is because when you are connected to who you truly are, you're connected to your higher self, you are then in your true divinity, in your light, and you will naturally shine and be taken notice of. You will also be able to manifest more easily, because you're connected to this greater power, to your truth, to your worth, to your purpose on a much deeper level. And so it's going to be so much easier for you to then effortlessly attract the clients that you desire, the results that you want. And you're not allowing any more fears or limiting beliefs or anything else get in the way of you attracting what you desire, or the the people, the opportunities that would allow for you to create your impact, right? So as a result of not getting in your own way anymore and just being this vibrant, beautiful magnet for all that you want, things are going to just show up out of nowhere. People are just going to start reaching out to you. They're going to just start finding you. You will start impacting people in a deeper way. It will just naturally happen because you're radiating the higher energy and consciousness of your true spiritual self, your higher self. And so this is, what makes it so much easier for us to create successful businesses is when we embody our true magic by connecting to our higher selves and embodying that, not just connecting, not just, like accessing information, but actually anchoring it down into this physical human vessel. When we embody that more, then we're literally just creating magic as we walk. We're literally like these kind of like, I don't know, fireflies, I guess is what you could maybe call it. Like we're just glowing. We're just glowing this light, and we're just naturally drawing things to us from this space. And it makes life so much more effortless and magical and just fun. It just makes it so fun to just have things appear just because you want it and you can get it, and it's in the highest good of all for you to get it, to keep supporting people, to keep moving forward or whatever. And it just appears for you. It's just magical. I can't explain it. Like you have to experience it to really know how amazing this feeling is. And that only happens when you have done the inner work necessary to release the fears of things, whatever, so that you stop getting in your own way and you practice embodying more of your higher self and what that really means and connecting with that energy. And as you do that, then all of these things just start magically being drawn to you. It's crazy, but it's awesome. It's really, really awesome. It's like next level manifestation. So being able to embody your higher self is a journey. It's a process through which you must undergo, and you're going to keep going through that again and again. And I actually spoke to that in this past week in my Facebook community. I spoke on how knowing who you truly are comes from a deeper understanding of yourself. So I will have that up on YouTube eventually, like maybe a month from now. It'll be in the cards. But if you want to access that teaching more quickly, you're more than welcome to come and join my community to access it there where the video is at. But it is a journey. It is a process. You're not just going to achieve this overnight. You're going to have to gradually really massage your consciousness, your current level of consciousness, into embodying more of your higher self's consciousness. And it's gonna be a practice that you do again and again and again, because our higher self is always expanding and we're always moving in the direction of that expansion. So we're going to constantly be expanding, right? But it's a process, it's a journey. So you have to take yourself through this journey of self-awareness, healing, personal development, all of that stuff to really connect back to this truth and embody it on a much higher level. So because it's a journey, it's a process, this involves getting to know yourselves better, understanding who you really are, who you're not, learning soul lessons, healing, expanding your consciousness, tuning into your intuition more easily. And as you do all of this, you will come back to your true power, to your true identity. And it will give you the ability, the capacity, and the capability to truly fulfill your divine purpose and create your impact in the highest and best possible way. So that is what my guides wanted me to speak on today to all of you, to help you really understand the importance of embodying your higher self. This is really what it's about. We're here, especially as spiritual entrepreneurs, to usher in a new age and a new time, of really embodying Christ consciousness, or, this higher consciousness here on this earth, on this planet. And we have to be living and breathing, walking examples of that in order to do our work, especially those of us who are healers and spiritual teachers and people who have this greater responsibility over the spiritual ascension and evolution of people. We have to do our best to align ourselves with our higher selves and embody this to really be able to have the greatest level of success, because we're leading by example, right? This is how we help other people, is by showing them our new way of being so that they can see that and learn from that and incorporate that for themselves as well. So That's it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up, a like, because that really lets me know that you enjoyed this kind of content. Please let me know your comments of this video in the comments below. Let me know what you thought of this video, what insights you got from it, how it resonated with you, how it spoke to you today, because I always love hearing from you guys. And it also lets me know, if you're interested in more of this kind of content and what kind of other things I could probably bring forward for you guys. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet already to receive more of these video teachings, which I do live every Friday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time now. I'm doing these videos every week at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time until the time change happens later on in the year. And I also do weekly energy readings on my Facebook business page at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. That's where I let you know the energy of the week, so you can use that to navigate your week. I also just did yesterday the June energy reading here on my YouTube channel. So I will put that in the cards when I have a chance and YouTube lets me. But you can go scroll through my channel to find that June energy reading. And that is the monthly energy readings is what I do every month on my channel here on YouTube. The weekly energy readings are on Facebook. So you can find the links to all my social media accounts in the description of this video to stay in touch with me. And if you're really ready to really start going out there and making your impact now, and you want to turn your business around completely in the next couple of months to really make the most of the last half of this year, then I really invite you to come and join me in my program, Soul Aligned Impact, because this is the last weekend for you to join in. I just started the program this past Tuesday. It's not too late to join. But this weekend is the last weekend for you to come and join us and to catch up so that you can go through this amazing 10-week journey with me and the people in there to really help you to radically transform into more of who you truly are, so that you're able to create massive success with your spiritual business and create your impact and have just an amazing, fulfilling, and wildly abundant life. So if this speaks to you, reach out to me on my social media. Let me know, and I will be in touch to see if you're a right fit for the program at this time, because I'm not accepting just anyone. You have to be ready for this level of deep healing and personal development to be able to make the most of the experience. So that's it. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you. I will see you in the next video. I will be uploading videos on Mondays and Wednesdays here on the channel, past teachings from my Facebook community. So check those out. Hit the bell button on the subscribe thingy so that you don't miss those videos. Anyway, guys, take care. I'll see you soon. Bye.